David Menzies for Rebel News here in Richmond Hill, Ontario. Well, the Ontario provincial election is entering the home stretch. You can tell that just by driving around the province. There are signs for every candidate everywhere. But there is a sign story that is really interesting in this writing here of Aurora, Oak Ridges-Richmond Hill. Namely, one candidate has been accused by several people of putting signs for his campaign on lawns, and these were signs that were not asked for in the first place. I'm with Rick Wildner. He is outside his house here. Just will you hear his story, folks? This is indeed what happened to you. Just the other day, you came home and that bright blue sign was on your lawn.
Yes, it was.
But you never asked for it, right?
No, what actually happened was we heard a noise by the door and we looked out the window and we saw some people getting in their vehicle and driving away quickly. And we looked outside and we saw the blue sign. So we walked to our door and noticed a note was stuck in the door saying thank you for ordering the sign, and we actually never ordered it.
Do you think this could have been an honest mistake, or is there something else going on here? As I said, I reached out to the new blue candidate, Rosaria, and she has come across multiple people in the same boat as you, signs being put on private property that were never asked for. I mean, even if you were voting for Michael Parsa and the Ontario PC party, Rick, I don't understand the agenda here, because a lot of people, they don't want to wear their politics on their sleeve. They don't want to put a sign on their lawn. So even if you were a supporter, and you're not, I know that, this is just a lose-lose situation as far as I can tell. You would be upset.
Pretty much. Like, it's a big thing these days. Politics is a big fight between a lot of people. You're either far this way or far that way, and usually people don't like to have that issue.
I'm thinking, Rick, if they are not doing this, surely they would want the opportunity to set the record straight, but they're operating under radio silence. My name's David Menzies with Rebel News, and I'm doing a story about, there's been allegations that there's been volunteers, I suppose, on the campaign that have been putting Michael Parsa signs on private property that were never requested. So I'm just trying to reach out and get Mr. Parsa's side of the story. I interviewed somebody yesterday, and I did reach out a couple of days ago. I spoke to a Jennifer here.
There's no Jennifer.
No?
Here. No.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, there's no Jennifer here. Campaign staff.
That's odd. It was the number I called, and in any event, the call was terminated. I left another voicemail and an email. No one's gotten back to me, so that's why I'm here.
1 second, let me get our campaign manager.
Okay, thank you so much.
She stepped out. She went canvassing right now with the team.
Oh, okay.
If you actually can leave maybe your name and number.
Sure.
And I'll have her call you.
And what's her name, by the way?
Marissa.
Marissa. Okay, then.
Here you go. Sorry about that.
Hey, that's okay. I'm going to reach out again to Rosaria to get her on camera. What's going on?
I'm not sure what's going on exactly. What they've been telling me is that they come home, there's an election sign on their lawn with a note on their door that says, thank you for your order, and if it's a mistake, give us a call. The funny thing is it happened to my mother-in-law's house.
Oh. Okay.
She went out for a walk, and it clearly has my sign on her lawn.
And that's your sign there.
That's my sign.
Okay.
Clearly on her lawn. She went out for her walk. She said she came back and there was it's not in this writing, but there was a PC sign on her lawn with a card that said, thank you for your order. It's name recognition. We actually had one supporter reached out to me that told me that and they're not supposed to be putting signs within 150 feet of a polling station, that some people are still undecided when they go and they look at the last person that they see or the sign that they see everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you see one particular candidate splattered everywhere, that's the name you're going to remember, and that's probably the person you're going to vote for, whether you agree with them or not. Yeah. It's all name recognition.
I would imagine that even if this was a supporter you were giving this sign to, unwanted, this could only backfire.
Actually, it has. We had a supporter that told us they removed the sign and they asked for ours. Because,
Wow.
well, we asked permission.
Yeah.
I do not place a sign on anyone's lawn unless it comes to our portal, unless we've door knocked and they asked for it, or they've contacted us directly. And then when I deliver the sign, I actually knock on their door, introduce myself, and I give them the sign. I don't do a drop and run ever.
When the medicine does more damage than the actual sickness, it's you know something's wrong.
And I guess getting a sign for the Ontario PCs on your lawn, that's kind of insult to injury, given that you have no intention in voting for this government.
Yeah, I used to stand behind Ford for a couple of years, and he just completely turned the other way in the last few years.
It'll be a fascinating day next week when the ballots are tallied. And again, thank you for making time for me.
Thank you very much.
Hey folks, before you know it, summer is going to be here, so get ready to have fun in the sun by wearing some of the newest Rebel News merchandise. We've got new t-shirts, sweatshirts, caps, you name it. Wear your politics on your sleeve when it comes to supporting Rebel News and looking quite fashionably as you do so. Please go to rebelnewsstore.com. That's rebelnewsstore.com and place your order today.